I'm going to tell you a story that almost no one in crypto ever talks about publicly. A few weeks ago, I got a message, one of those messages that makes your stomach drop. It was from someone who has been in crypto since before 2017. Someone who doesn't talk, doesn't tweet, doesn't show his face anywhere online, but has 8 figures in his wallet. And he said they're buying again, quietly, aggressively, before the retail crowd wakes up. I asked him, buying what? And he sent me a list of assets. Not meme coins, not hype coins, not the stuff dominating TikTok right now. These were assets with almost no noise around them, but something big happening beneath the surface, stuff only insiders ever notice. And when I started digging into the charts, the on-chain flows, the developer activity, the private investor wallets, I realized he was right. Something huge is moving. And it always starts like this: total silence, boring price action, low search volume, right before everything detonates. So today, I'm going to show you exactly what these crypto millionaires are buying, and more importantly, why. Because it's not random. It's not luck. There is a pattern one the public never sees until it's too late. And by the time the news starts reporting it, by the time YouTubers start hyping it, the early entries are already gone and the millionaires have moved on. So sit tight, because once I break this down, you're never going to look at the crypto market the same way again. Everything starts with a principle wealthy investors live by: follow the infrastructure, not the hype. Retail chases coins that are trending. Millionaires accumulate coins that are building foundations. They don't want coins that are already pumping. They want coins that are securing partnerships, solving real scalability problems. Onboarding institutions, building ecosystems, or becoming critical infrastructure for the next cycle. They want assets where the bear market builders are about to be rewarded in the bull run. And the first project every millionaire I spoke with is quietly stacking is Chainlink. Not because of hype, not because of influencer videos, but because Chainlink's role in tokenized real-world assets is becoming unavoidable. We're talking trillions in tokenized bonds, tokenized real estate, tokenized commodities, tokenized treasury markets. Banks and institutions need a reliable data layer to connect their internal systems to blockchain networks. And there is basically one dominant player in that field. While retail investors are distracted by new meme coins every week, whales are accumulating Link on dips, heavy because tokenization isn't a trend, it's an inevitability. And whoever controls the data feeds controls the entire flow of value. That's why you're seeing silent wallet accumulation, staking increases. In every major financial institution connecting to Chainlink's CCIP behind the scenes. The second asset on the list shocked me, because retail rarely talks about it anymore. Polygon Matic. Not because it's pumping, because it's not. And that's exactly why millionaires love it right now. The average investor thinks Polygon already peaked. But under the hood, Polygon has been quietly executing the biggest ecosystem transformation in its history. Millions of users from Instagram, Starbucks, Adidas, Lens Protocol, and dozens of enterprise partners are still running on Polygon infrastructure. But the whales aren't buying Matic for the branding. They're rebuying because Polygon 2.0 and its new zk-EVM architecture position it as a long-term scaling giant. And whales love assets that look dead on the surface but are secretly building momentum. They know how crypto cycles work. First comes boredom, then comes disbelief, then comes the supply shock, and then out of nowhere comes the run. The third asset is Avalanche AVAX, and this one makes perfect sense once you understand whale psychology. They want assets that institutions will actually use. An Avalanche's subnet model is the closest thing to custom, high-speed blockchain infrastructure that big companies can deploy instantly. Banks, gaming studios, AI companies, they want scalable, customizable networks that don't require building an entire blockchain from scratch. Millionaires don't buy Ethereum for price swings. They buy it for yield. Staked ETH has become the new digital bond. Low risk, high liquidity, globally accessible. And as more ETH gets staked, the circulating supply shrinks. While retail waits for pumps, Whales are quietly stacking ETH, like a long-term treasury asset, not a trade. They're not emotional. They're not guessing. They want yield, scarcity, and infrastructure dominance. ETH gives them all three. Now here's the pattern nobody notices. All these assets, Chainlink, the Polygon, Avalanche, Render, Ethereum, they share one thing in common. They are all infrastructure coins. Infrastructure is where the smart money hides during accumulation phases. Infrastructure is where the long-term asymmetric bets are made. Retail buys narrative. Whales buy foundations. Retail buys what's loud. Whales buy what's quiet. And here's the real twist. Every millionaire I talked to said the same thing. They're not buying these assets because they expect the price to 10x next week. They're buying because the ecosystem being built around them is too big to stop, because the world is moving toward tokenization, decentralized compute layered to scaling AI workloads, enterprise blockchain adoption, and real crypto integration into traditional finance. The world is shifting slowly, quietly behind the scenes, and these are the networks that stand to benefit from that shift. So here's the truth nobody tells you. Crypto millionaires don't wait for hype to buy. They buy before the hype even exists. They buy when nobody cares. They buy when small investors are bored or distracted. They buy when everything looks flat. Because they understand something most people don't. Momentum always begins in silence. Narratives always form long before they explode. The next bull market leaders are always accumulating long before retail notices. And that brings us to the closing. Look, none of this is financial advice. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Don't follow the noise, follow the infrastructure. Don't follow the hype, follow the builders. Don't follow the pumps, follow the wallets that buy during the boredom phase. That's where real wealth is created. If you're serious about winning in crypto, start studying accumulation patterns, not price spikes. Study on-chain inflows, not trending hashtags. Study ecosystem growth, not temporary hype. Millionaires don't get lucky, they get early. And if you want more videos breaking down the real signals the wealthy are watching, hit subscribe, hit like, and turn on notifications. Because in my next video, I'm exposing the projects quietly being abandoned by insiders before the crowd even notices. Stay sharp. The next crypto wave is coming in. The smart money is already moving.